everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S., Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 542. We are that podcast that's about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I am Mako-chan.
And slight apologies about the episode title from earlier. I thought I updated everything in OBS, but not that time. And I'm like, oh, no. We're not doing Icon for 2 weeks in a row. We really can't. It would be more like we'd be doing an extended episode more than anything else. But, you know. But before we continue and get into tonight's show, I just want to say thank you to Sia DeBerry for gifting 5 subs to the peeps here at Anime Jam Session. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, we really appreciate that love and support. So, you know, I think we might have to come up with a bit of a name for our squad. You know, maybe delinquents. I don't know.
We'll think of something.
Yeah, I'm thinking something along the lines of like Breakfast Club, kind of, but at the same time not. But, you know, we're all just chilling out in the classroom and just doing our thing, you know. We'll figure something out. Theo X75 says jammers. Well, that is a great idea, but that kind of infringes on Ichigo Gami. She calls her family the Jamily, and I don't want to infringe on that, so... Slime Boy says Peanut Gallery. No, those are the people that I work with on a daily basis, so no. I mean, you gotta love it when you get a call and you're saying you're from the help desk. You're like, hold on, I'm gonna connect you directly to this. I'm like, don't do that. Tell me what the hell's going on first. Oh, Ichigo's in the chat. Hi, Ichigo, and she goes, here for jammers. It's totes okay. Okay, well, maybe, you know. And she goes, maybe reclaim weebs. Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
We didn't try to claim otaku, you know, like, you know, but, you know. Well, we'll figure something out one way or another. So, how is everybody doing tonight?
Eh.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that too. You know, it's a pretty good week, except for I had a case of the Mondays. I'll get into that shortly. But just so you know, see the beer goes Unjammer family.
Like Unjammer Lobby.
Yeah. Anime Jam Squad. Well, we'll figure something out. You know. Just so you know, we're alive tonight. Week of April 26, 2022, right here on Twitch TV. You will find us here live on Tuesday nights from 9 to 10:30 Eastern Time. Don't forget, you can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. And starting soon, I know I was supposed to do this earlier this month, was Gamer Nights. I was supposed to do it with Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, which I'm still going to do. I might start something up quick on Friday night before I go to Castle Point, but we will see. But just so you know, I'm probably going to put an icon down there too. We are part of the Voice of Geeks Network, and you can find more information about them at vognetwork.com. And don't forget that they also have a Twitch channel here. It's Twitch TV/vognetwork. They kick things off on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And we have a Discord. So come through and hang out with us at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the network has their own channel. So come through and hang out. It's good times. You'll always see me lurking out and about. So, you know. And which reminds me, I'm going to need to do some updates to the website so I can have list other people on part of Anime Jam Session who stream and their information so we can kind of share the love. So, you know. And now that we got that out of the way, we're going to go around the room with how was your week? How was your day? Ari.
Well, today was payday and I had off, so that was a nice reprieve from what I've had this week.
That's good.
Uh, and the check was much better than I thought it was going to be because this is about like the last day in a month that when I would get paid and be able to make the rent.
Mm.
But the true madness came on. It was like Friday into Saturday.
Yeah.
See, I had to call in every day and tell them ask okay, where am I going? And they had said, okay, you're going to exit 13. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay, sure. So I drive up there. It's an hour plus commute, the very end of my range for where I work, where I'm stationed out of. And when I get there, there's already another supervisor in, not the one from the previous shit that I'm relieving. And she looks at me like, wait, you're not supposed to be here. So there's like several minutes of back and forth with people not answering phone calls, trying to figure out what the hell is going on, where people are supposed to go. And eventually I learned that, oh, wait, you were supposed to be scheduled at 1 today. Didn't they tell you that? I'm like, no, that's why I'm here. So I had to drive another hour and a half plus all the way down, to the last exit before Delaware.
Oof.
Just internally screaming the whole time.
I think if it was me at the end of my shift, I would just cross the Delaware Bridge and just grab a sandwich and just chill, by the beach or whatever, and just be like, well, at least I have a tasty sandwich.
Oh, but I was very upset by this, and this was not the first time this has happened either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this happened before. Only they were supposed to send me to 4, which is kind of a little more insulting because that's very close to home. But the point is, I pretty much just take your time getting down here. The guy you're supposed to be relieving, he's going to get paid overtime for waiting for you, and you're still going to get paid your entire, 8 hours. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yep, and as Bonzo says, so pay me when the job mess up my time. Pay me. Well, you were on.
Oh, they're paying me.
You're on shift
for the miles traveled.
So it's fair. So hey.
Yeah, I got paid for the miles traveled both ways.
Yeah, you would think that they should text you, like your assignment for the day, or you should.
No, you have to call in because it can change at any minute, like last minute call outs and whatnot.
Or log into a website. Even with last minute call outs, automatic. But I get what you're saying.
There's regulations and things we have to do for that. But the point was that, I spent like 3 hours in my car that day when I really should have only spent like half an hour. And when they found out about it, other coworkers like in my neck of the woods are like, oh, that's a really big fuck up. So needless to say, I was not happy. I took the next day off. It just called out sick. I'm like, 10:30 hit when I got home. Like, put me out sick. I'm not coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, and I totally get that. And as Bonzo6 says, yep, don't mess with my money. That's why I try to get to work on time and relieve others on time. Which
it's not that my money was being messed with. It was more the gas was being messed with.
Right.
I filled up 3 times in the week, which was not fun.
Ugh. And I get that. It's like, as long as I'm on like the 7:55 or the 8:01 train going to work, I'm good. Unless shit happens, and I usually don't show up till like the latest is usually 9:30 or 10:30 when the F train stopped like near Ditmas and told everybody to get off and I had to walk. Whatever. But yeah, I totally get it,
Yeah, and there was just even when I got to work the next day, I was still kind of mentally disconnected.
Yeah, and Ari, for the record, I hear what you're saying about blaming him, but there's also blame on the American conglomerates who, not even on us, who don't want to tap into those reserves. God forbid we piss off the American oil people, American gassers,
Big oil.
Big oil, yeah. God forbid, shit. But I get
it just feels okay to vent.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Yeah. Mako-chan, how was your week? How was your day?
Not horrible. Work is work, and yeah. This past weekend I was working around the house, did some stuff outside. Um, I am in immense pain from working outside. We ended up cutting down 3 of the 4 bushes on the side of the house and pulling ivy that for some reason somebody before me decided that it would be a wonderful addition to the side of the house. Yeah, that
It
ivy
wasn't
had
poison ivy, was it?
no, not poison ivy. It was just, very big in, the 70s and early 80s because it gave an elegant look was to plant ivy and have it grow up the house. Except that ivy kills whatever plants it comes in contact with because it basically strangles them. So the ivy was actually in between 2 bushes and it had killed both of those bushes. And was starting to grow into a 3rd bush, and half of that bush was killed. So, yeah, so they were just taken out, and then we're going to have to pull up the roots. And we were, plotting what else needs to be done outside and looking at the dead trees that are out there and trying to figure out if they're my dead trees or if they're the common dead trees and who the hell needs to get rid of them because, dead trees falling down on my house is not a good thing.
Probably not.
Yeah, I can just picture you just grabbing all those weeds with one hand, walking away, and you have a shotgun in the other hand, putting it out as misery. Like
no, see, that was my mom.
Like, all these weeds, and I can't even smoke them.
Yeah, no, my mom was a freaking beast pulling weeds out of the ground, out of the bushes. It was kind of crazy to watch her do it. And then I get up there and I try to pull them and they're all just like kind of falling out of my hands and slipping back. And yeah, so yeah. But yeah, a lot of stuff outside and I hurt, but at least it's getting done.
Well, that's true. That is true. So my weekend day has been the same as it's always been. Things have been good at work. I'm getting ready for Castle Point this weekend, and thankfully it's like a 2-day con. I was going to cosplay, but I decided not to. I'm just going to take pictures, record the Q&A panels, and call it a day. That's it, and that's that. And as I mentioned before, I think it was last Sunday, I went to my friend's comic shop to pick up my Eddie Van Halen Funko Pop that I pre-ordered, which is sitting up there on the shelf, right next to a couple of other pops I also purchased, which I decided to get. The thing is, I walked into the comic shop and I realized JV Mon hasn't seen me in quite a while. So I'm like, I wonder if he'd be able to recognize me. So, I have the military cover. So I adjusted it so you can't see my face all the way. I have the mask on, and I walk up. He's like, "How can I help you?" I'm like, "I'm here to pick up a pre-order." And he's like, "Which one?" Eddie Van Halen Funko Pop. And you would think that he would remember that as mine, but and he's like, "Can I get your name?" And I tell him my name, and he goes, "Oh, I didn't even realize that was you." So I hung out in his store for about an hour or so, and it was fun, Let's see. So I hung out, and we talked and caught up some, and then as I'm looking at all the stuff in his store, and I realized while I was here that I needed some comic book boxes, and I've been talking about that like late last year. So I picked them up. They were slightly pricey, but you know what? They're going to a small independent comic shop, and I'm good with that. And I realized it would have been $5 cheaper on Amazon, but I would have gotten 5 boxes instead of 6. So, and I keep saying I'm going to swing over to Midtown Comics, but I never do. I just hop on the train and just go straight home. So, So as I'm there, I'm looking at some of the stuff that he has, and I noticed the Funko Pops, and I turn. He has Pops from Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So I picked up 2 Butt Stallions And then I also noticed the WWE Funko Pops, and there was one of Alexa Bliss, and I bought that one. So I'm just like, dude, you basically got $100 of my money today. So here. So, and for those of you who are wondering, the place I went to is called Collector's Cave. They have a location in the Bronx, and they have a location in Yonkers, Ridge Hill, Yonkers, and 3021 Middletown Road in the Bronx. Take the 6 to Beer Avenue, go down the street till you hit Middletown Road and make a left. It's right there around the corner. So, small shop, good place. I'm probably going to continue to, any good pre-orders for figures and stuff like that. I'm most likely going to pre-order from his shop just so I can take the trip up there and back. So, And I keep forgetting how long of a schlep it is from my area of Brooklyn all the way up to the Bronx. And Bonds. I don't live in Sunset Park. I'm in Gravesend. Sunset Park is off my train is about 15 minutes. I think. I'd have to look it up on Google Maps because I didn't even realize the neighborhood that I was in until maybe about 10 years ago. I was like, oh, hey, that's where that is, And I always said I'm like in the area, I'm like Gravesend, Bensonhurst, that kind of area. But according to Next Door, I'm in Midwood, and I'm just like, no, that's not correct. That's not Midwood, but whatever. And Bonds06 says, dude, that comic book place is about 15 minutes from me. Dude, they got some good stuff there. You need to go definitely check it out. Plus, they have some classic 8-bit and 16-bit games in there, too. That was taken care of. And I end up with the case of the Mondays. And it's not like I was dragging ass on Monday. It was like I got to my desk, started going through the tickets and fielding calls. It's like I forgot how to do certain things, or my mind didn't click on how to do certain things. I was just like, what? It was like kind of one of those days, but it was all good. And I actually signed up to get more information about T-Mobile fiber. Evidently, they're running fiber in the neighborhood, and it's like half the price of Verizon. So if they can get me the same speeds at half the price, I'm all for that. So, And as Slimeboy goes, drain brain. That's probably what it was. Because I'm usually on my game, I get in, have my coffee, I have my cereal, and I'm good, Except when it's on Friday and I get myself a sausage, egg, and cheese from the store around the corner. So, Anywho, yeah, we got that out the way. We're going to get into some housekeeping here. Don't forget, every episode of Anime Jam Session is available on YouTube. So you can hit that over at youtube.com/Anime Jam Session. Look for the playlist, podcast VODs, and you can click on them and you can check them out. If there isn't one up for that week, there was some video issues and I don't put them up. So, don't forget, we also have our upcoming conventions. As always, this is a pending list. These will change at any given time based on availability of us, our staffers, if we have the time off, if we're not feeling it, and stuff like that. So, this weekend is Castle Point Anime Convention in Secaucus, New Jersey at the Meadowlands Expo Center. And if you're in the New York City area, it's just one bus to Harmon Meadow Plaza. It's like $10 round trip. It's just like 2 stops and you're there. Come through, hang out. It'll be fun. CloverCon, May 15th in East Brunswick, New Jersey. ShikariCon, August 20th to the 21st, Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. Pop Cult Anime Convention, August 27th to the 28th in Boston, Massachusetts. And RetroCons, September 24th to the 25th at Oaks, Pennsylvania, I believe the Greater Oaks Convention Center. Let me fix that. All right. That's that. All right. So let's see, what else do we have here? Yep, and now that we got that out the way, we're gonna have to pay some bills with a sponsorship read. Just remember, this week's episode of, yeah, you're right, CloverCon. I said it was Somerset, but I think Mako, didn't you say it was East Brunswick or
No, it's Bridgewater.
Bridgewater? Okay. For some reason, I put Bridgewater and it didn't save. There we go. Bridgewater, New Jersey, at the 4-H Club. Okay. So, like I said, as we're doing this show, we got to pay some bills. So I just want to let y'all know that this episode of Anime Jam Session is brought to you by HelloFresh. If you are watching with us now, if you trigger HelloFresh in the chat, you'll get some information on how to get 16 free meals and up to 3 surprise gifts as well. And if you scroll down on our Twitch page, there is a link in there too. And if you're watching on our YouTube page, there is a link in the description as well. So definitely check that out. And if you are listening, all you have to do is go to streams.net/hello_anime jam session and put in the code POGSE 4569. And I'm not really going to go into the whole read right here because Mako-chan actually subscribed to HelloFresh. So briefly, Mako-chan, how is it?
I actually am enjoying it.
Yeah?
So I'm on my second week. I went for the option to have 3 meals. Each meal is 2 servings. So I cook it for dinner and then I have something for lunch either the next day or sometime during the week. So it works out really well, being able to, pre-cook lunches and not have to worry about it. But everything is in there. It comes in, I believe there are some gluten-free options in there. There are a bunch of different sections for meals that you can look into. They do have, a decent variety of things that you can either add as sides. They do breakfasts that you can add on. Some of the options have you able to change your protein from either pork to turkey or pork to beef or chicken or something like that. They also have desserts, which I was very happy about because they do individual cheesecakes. And yes, I got them. So everything produce-wise, different ingredients, things like that, that comes in a bag. Your proteins, your meats are as close to the frozen blocks that you can get. And it does come in a refrigerated bag as well, and then boxed up. Each bag has your ingredients for one meal, and they are pre-portioned for your either 2 or 4 serving meal. And so I open the bag, I pop my protein into it, close the bag up, and just pack it into the fridge exactly like that. So I have done Firehouse burgers. They came with potatoes to make your own potato wedges. They were really good. The seasoning for the burgers was really good. I did a cherry glazed pork chop, and that came with potatoes to make mashed potatoes, sour cream and chive mashed potatoes at that, and carrots and an apple to make a little slaw to go with it. But so far, all the meals that I've had are really, really tasty. I did have, as I said, I got the cheesecakes. The cheesecakes are really good too. So I might look into maybe looking at the breakfasts and things like that. But yeah, I am really enjoying it. As I said, this is my second week. I do have another 4 to 6 weeks to go, depending on if I want to extend the plan. And I'm enjoying it. I like it a lot.
I'm really glad, because like I said, we will repeat this read every week, but it's also great to know that someone out there is actually trying it and just telling us how it is, So Mako, thank you. We really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And the best part is, if you know you're not going to need them for the next week, you can actually pause your week and have it go the following week. So if you know that you're not going to be home, you're going on vacation, something like that, you can actually pause it. You don't have to worry about them shipping you any food. They do take payments about 3 or 4 days before they ship, and you have up until that time to make changes. They have a good, 20 to 30 recipes per week to look at. And it's nice for somebody like me who lives by myself. who may not want to think about dinner or may want to try different things without having to spend a lot on large bottles of whatever the hell they're giving me. Like they sent me my salad, my slaw, actually needed white vinegar. So they sent me what looks like an alcohol bottle, the nips, the little shot nips.
Yeah.
They sent me one of those with white vinegar. And that's how they ship their white vinegar and their liquids and things like that out for the meals.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it is completely pre-portioned. They send you just enough for whatever you are having. So you know that it is portioned correctly for your meal and portioned correctly for, a decent dinner. And it's a lot of food. I will state that it is a lot of food.
Well, look at it this way. You have dinner and lunch for 2 days.
It is. It's really decent because I do have the lunch then for the next day. But it's like today I ended up getting a spaghetti was it chicken sausage bolognese with spaghetti. And I had so much left over that I couldn't actually, I had another lunch for it. That's how big the portion was for dinner, that I got 2 lunches out of it.
Well, that's cool. That's just wow.
I mean, it doesn't work all the time because today I had lettuce wraps. And because it was, just the lettuce wrap, I was freaking hungry. But it made a decent amount of lettuce wraps to, have a decent amount of food, as a wrap. So they definitely do not skimp on serving sizes.
Well, Mako, thank you for that. Muchly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we got that out the way, we're gonna do Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk about the geekier aspects of our week. Ari, how was your geek? What's up with Geek Roundtable with you? What you got?
I'm not. I don't remember if I talked about this or not, but after the housewarming / pancake party that we had,
yep,
I got these as gifts. They're cookbooks. One of them is for rubs and seasonings and whatnot, and the other one is to put all your own recipes in here. Let me double check something real quick with this. It's just everything's blank, like a workbook, I would say. But if I ever wanted to, I'm starting to regret, not backing up my bookmarks from when I got my new computer, because most of the ones I had were recipes and the like. I'm like, fuck.
What web browser did you use?
Opera.
Did you log in with your Opera account?
I'm not sure if I have an Opera account.
Well, you could try logging in, and it may you may be able to recover those bookmarks. I'll help you with that. Probably ping me tomorrow because I know I got to fix the Photoshop issue for you.
Mm-hmm. Or just the Adobe issue in general,
Yeah.
And Word's doing this thing where it's like, you're not verified.
All right, I'll take care of that. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, though.
You're welcome. Now, it looks like Mako-chan has something on display where some people would probably sacrifice their firstborn to have.
Nah, probably not. If you remember back in 1999, if you were around for that, when the explosion of Pokemon happened and we had the first movie with Mew, Burger King did put these out as their quote-unquote toys. It was a series of, I believe, 6 or 8.
6.
Was it 6? I thought it was 8.
Friska would know because I think she has them.
Let me double check really quick.
From what I'm seeing here on eBay, 6.
6.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was a series of 6, and it came in a box. In that box was a metallic Pokeball, and in that metallic Pokeball is a 23 karat gold plated Pokemon card. There were 3 characters, so you got Poliwhirl, you got Jigglypuff, Charizard, Pikachu, Mewtwo, and Togepi. As you can see, I have the Togepi up. I do have Mewtwo somewhere. I have no idea where it is, but I know I own it. But yeah, so this was, something that they put out during I believe it was for the first movie. Oops, I just closed everything. Yeah, so I believe it was for the first movie, but and I'm sorry to say they are really not worth that much, but it is good for anybody, that is into Pokemon or collecting Pokemon or, anything like that. It is, kind of a nostalgia bomb. But yeah, you can get them on eBay for within $20. You can get them on Macari. You can get the whole set for like $100. So they're not, horribly not cheap, but they're not, horribly expensive either.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
I remember working at Burger King, like at this time frame when they were coming out. Oh boy, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I have, as I said, I have Mewtwo somewhere. I think I might have Pikachu. I think I remember having 3 of them, but I don't remember. But this is the one that was packed away and I found when I was unpacking. So you get a Togepi gold card. And no, there's not a whole hell of a lot of gold on there. It is only gold plated. So it's like 1.1% of, or is it 0.001% of a gram.
Bottom line, if you tried to, dissolve this and try and extract the gold from it, you'd be doing more harm than good.
Yep.
Well, it's just like, cheap jewelry. If you wear that, the outer coating starts coming off and you get to the lovely piece of just gross nickel under it. That's basically what this is. If I showed you close-ups, you could see that just with age, wear and tear, it's still in the plastic case that it comes in. It's still in the Pokeball, but even with just wear and tear, you can see that it's, chipped and pitted and things like that. And it's never been outside of either one of those for any length of time. So it is very cheaply made.
Well, there are a lot of those were made, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I've been on an anime binge lately. I've been watching Battle Starts in 5 Seconds, 86, Spy Family. There's an isekai about a dating sim, and what I like about that, this guy realizes that he's in the dating sim, but it's not going the way he's played it multiple times over and over. So that's kind of fun. Now, as you all know, I've been ordering stuff off of Otaku Mode for like the last 5 years, more or less. And due to the pandemic, a lot of stuff that's been coming out since like mid 2020 has been delayed. I have Christmas figurines not coming to me till like later this year or probably next year. Okay, that should tell you something. But it is always great when I get an email from them saying, "Oh, it's on a boat coming to us," and then maybe like a couple weeks later, I get an email that it's on the way. Now, I got this package from Yamamoto Transport, and it looks like an Otaku Mode box, but it doesn't say. I don't remember getting an email, saying that, oh, there's a package on its way to you. Let's see. Hold on for a second here. I'm going to turn off the the background so you can see this package. So I said, you know what? I'm going to crack it open on the stream and see exactly what it is. So let's see what I got. It's probably one of the many Rem figurines I have pre-ordered because Rem is best girl. So, and if you say otherwise, you're just fooling yourself. All right, let's see what we got here. Yep, it's definitely from Otaku Mode because there is a Hatsune Miku folder in here with all their stuff and the receipts and all that good stuff. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's a pop-up parade. Oh! Oh! Ah! Give me a second. I'm pulling the bubble wrap off of her. And it's funny. I didn't even realize Pop-Up Parade had they had changed their logo, but it's Himiko Toga from My Hero Academia.
Nice.
And I'm kind of annoyed because the box was damaged and the package is kind of damaged too. So I'm going to tweet their customer service and be like, yeah, the box was damaged and everything. See what they do. I don't know they're going to be able to replace it because a lot of stuff, when you go to like Otaku Mode or J-List or Ami, they do things based on pre-orders, and half the time they're sending people out to local stores or whatever to purchase some of these items. So, it's not a possibility of getting a replacement. So, but we will see. Enough about that. We're going to get into tonight's news, but for right now, let's see, what do we have here? We have a bit of breaking news, or like an updated news on the Anime Next saga.
Oh boy!
Well, it's not too much. They recently said about a week or so ago that they were having their staffs. I'm calling it a staff summit. That's what they're doing. They're bringing all the staffers in to do proper training and update, and they're plotting for a convention in Jersey for 2023. Now, if you go to their website now, it doesn't say that at all. They're still plotting their convention for 2023, but there's no mention of New Jersey at all. So
that's not suspicious at all.
I know. So it looks like Anime Next may just be going out of state, and that's going to piss more people off. But it is what it is. That's all it is, And I also find interesting that the AnimeNext.com domain is up for sale for $3,500. I'm almost spiteful enough to buy it, almost, but I'd rather not go through that. So it has been discussed. The convention could go to Asbury Park. It could go to Wildwood. All I know is it is just schlep to get to those locations, and the normal bus goers are not going to be too thrilled about that. It is what it is. So we're just going to sit back and relax and see how this plays out. I have a feeling Anime Next 2023 will not happen in New Jersey.
Yeah, the next biggest one to be able to hold them in Wildwood only allows 7,000 people. So that's your staffers. That's the convention event staffers. That's the Anime Next staffers. And then the guests. And then your regular ragtag amount of people. So they would have to cap.
Yep.
Asbury is much smaller than even that. I do not see them doing Asbury.
And that's like 4,000 people.
I don't even think Asbury is 4,000 people.
Yikes. Well, it is what it is.
Me, I just like the prospect of being down the shore at an anime convention. Like, very close to the boardwalk and whatnot.
Just what we need, a bunch of Jersey Shore cosplayers.
People cosplaying from Jersey Shore, yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, Asbury Park is 3,600.
Woo! And they're still demanding that they go back to Somerset. Oh, you poor weebs.
Yeah, you can't go someplace that is no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to say.
It's sort of like how late last year or year before last, there was those cheap tickets to Japan, and all the weebs bought them, thinking that
they'd be walking into their own anime.
No, thinking that they're gonna be able to go when there's no refund on the tickets and you can't change the dates, and there's a bunch of weebs singing the theme from Pokemon in front of the border just to get inside when they get off the plane, if they make it down.
Yeah, they couldn't even step outside of the airport.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. All right, so now that we got that out the way, let's get into to tonight's topics. So, Ari, what's up with Shaman King getting a reboot?
What indeed? Let me get to the article. It's getting a sequel anime. The reboot anime is getting a sequel starring Hana, the son of Hao and Anna. Oh boy, another GT.
Yep. Or another Yashahime.
In addition to a teaser trailer, 2 visuals were revealed as a token of gratitude. The first features Hao and the gang, and the second shows them 7 years after the events of the reboot anime, this time including Hana. Based on Hiroyuki Takei's manga series, Shaman King follows a young shaman named Yo Asakura in his battles to become the Shaman King, who was able to contact the Great Sphere and thereby remake the world in accordance with his wishes. The reboot began on April 2021, approximately 20 years after the premiere of the manga's first TV anime. The new series concluded in episode 52 on April 21st, 2022, after which time the sequel anime was announced. There just isn't any more info on it.
I just find it interesting that Japan is getting ready for season 2 of the new Shaman King series. Meanwhile, we're still waiting on quote unquote season 2 of the reboot series.
How does this one motherfucker's pompadour get bigger in the interlying years?
Hair gel.
It must be destroying his hair.
He must have, or he has some good genes.
Honestly, I haven't seen any of Shaman King, except in like bits and pieces. So
I watched the original that 4Kids put out back in the 2000, and I've been watching this. I think episodes 14 to 26 have been dropped, so I gotta jump on that. I'm actually waiting for season 2 of Eden Zero. That was so good. But
well, that's probably the thing. That's probably your issue. You're watching it from 4Kids.
No, this was from 20 years ago. There was 2 Shaman King series. This is the reboot I'm talking about. So, now, speaking of reboots, we're going to talk about another popular reboot that has been mirrored in controversy, Voltron. Now, I can tell you this. The talks of a live-action series has been going back as early as 2015. And I guess with the popularity of Voltron Legendary Defender, the IP has become popular again. And what's becoming really popular is, and I can tell you this for long, because I used to work at a video store, a lot of stuff will go straight to video because at the time, video stores would pay up to $100 per film, per copy, and it would turn around and rent them. Believe you me, if you remember Mortal Kombat, the original that came out in the 90s, when it was released on home video, I can tell you this right now. It was already in video stores 3 months before it hit home video. But as it goes, the bidding on the Voltron IP for the live action, the bidding is starting to heat up. Now, it looks like the person behind Red Notice and Dodgeball, Rawson Marshall Thurber, is attached to this project to direct it. But supposedly it seems that Amazon Studios is in talks for distribution and production. So that would be kind of worth something. Several studios have been in the mix on the property, and I believe Spielberg was attached to it at one time or another. Todd Lieberman and David Hoberman are on board to produce with Bob Kopler. Ellen Shanman is writing the script with Thurber. Voltron is based on the Japanese sci-fi series that became the 80s syndicated show Voltron, Defender of the Universe, about a group of pilots whose vehicles join together to form the giant robot. And it was also known as Go Lion, which means 5 lions. I guess the translation from Go Lion to Voltron. Either or. I just hope they don't do like a modern take on this, like the Darul Empire is coming through and here comes the castle lump somewhere. They realize there are 5 gifted people who can pilot the lions. I would say this. If they're going to do something like that, spend the first 20 minutes with the original pilots battling Lotor, and then something happens where it's a time rift, it's modern day, and the kid name is Keith, and then there you go from there, I hope that
or at the very least a time skip.
Yeah, like the battle. Like the battle happened in the far universe, but due to the battle, there's a time skip. They ended up in this They ended up in this universe instead, and rises up and some shit like that, But it would be cool if it did take place in the time that Voltron did happen. I think that would be kind of cool as well. As long as I hear them say, "Let's go Voltron Force," I won't complain. All right, Mako-chan, what's up with this Sailor Moon retrospective?
Yeah, so this year is the 30th anniversary of Sailor Moon. So there's actually going to be a special streamed on YouTube on April 28th. So obviously the series did start March 7th of 1992. And the YouTube stream, again, is going to be a retrospective. It will have the voice of Sailor Moon, Kotono Mitsui, in attendance, along with Sailor Venus's voice actor from Sailor Moon Crystal. Also appearing on the program will be Japanese talent cat lover and Pokemon fanatic Shoko Nakagawa, alongside music creator Halen, who is best known for composing a bunch of anime theme songs, including the unforgettable Nicho My Ordinary Life opening. The special is going to be looking back at the last 30 years of the franchise, encompassing the manga, the TV anime series, the films, the stage play, and many more aspects. So again, this is going to be on YouTube. Let me see if I can pull up I'm trying to see which YouTube, because it just says YouTube.
It might be on the official one. I think they have an official one.
Yeah, it just says that the series is holding a retrospective special on April 28th on YouTube. But usually they'll put some sort of, let me see here, if I can get into the original article that's in Japanese and see where they have it being put. Yeah, they also just say that it's being distributed on YouTube from 8 p.m. on April 28th.
It might come down to an update, We might see an updated article somewhere down the line, so.
Well, that's, the 28th in Japan is technically tomorrow.
Well, maybe next week. Well, look at it this way. by the end of the week, ANN or Crunchyroll have an updated article of what was going on, and we'll cover it next week if there is. And as the La Chocola says, so excited, Stars anime. We're hoping. Meanwhile, Toei is just taking that Sailor Moon money and throwing it towards Precure. Even though Sailor Moon was the one that started the magical, that really kickstarted the magical girl genre, where they were able to do Precure. You know, there's just as many Precure heroines as there are Super Sentai heroes. All right, enough about that. Ari, do you like roller coasters?
Yeah.
Tell us about the One Piece roller coaster.
You get on it and you don't get off for like 10 months.
Yeah, you ride it for 1,000+ episodes.
You thought Mr. Bones' wild ride was fun. Like, So yeah, One Piece gets its first roller coaster attraction at Universal Studios Japan this summer, and it's being linked to the following film, One Piece Film Red. There's One Piece Summer 2022 happening at Universal Studios Japan, be held from July 1st to October 2nd, 2022. Any anniversary of the year, the 25th anniversary of the manga's serialization. Featuring original stories linked to the anime's franchise latest feature film, One Piece Film Red, and yes, film is officially part of the title. The event will include a live entertainment show, One Piece Premiere Show 2022, Sanji's Pirate Restaurant, and the first roller coaster in the history of the franchise, One Piece Cross Hollywood Dream the Ride, Departure Mini Merry 2. Have fun saying that 5 times fast.
Don't tempt the audience. Somebody might just.
As a prequel to One Piece Film Red, this entire premiere show will tell the story of Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates, newly joined by Jinbei as they meet boys aspiring to become naval commanders and battle the powerful enemies that stand in their way. At Sanji's Pirate Restaurant, Sanji, the cook of the Straw Hat Pirates, will escort you from welcoming you to seeing you off, in addition to serving scrumptious French cuisine. After enjoying the live show meal, guests will enjoy a photo opportunity. And then there's the actual roller coaster itself. It's part of the popular attraction Hollywood Dream the Ride. So that's where the cross section comes in. It's a thrilling ride featuring the voice of the Straw Hat Pirates members, as well as sound effects and background music. The audience board in the Mini Merry 2 with Luffy and his friends and set off on a super thrilling adventure throughout huge rough seas and unexpected troubles as the ship moves through the ocean. You know what it reminds me of?
What?
Like, I don't know what the last time you guys were at, Disney or anything like that, but it's like those rides are like mini movie experiences, or you're put in this like giant car with like a bunch of different people and you like drive through this. It's like it tells a little story that you are participating in, and like there's usually like a photo opportunity at the end. Like there'll be like a flash of something, and you like as you exit through the gift shop, you can buy it has like pictures up on the wall that you can buy of yourself. In between ones that people have flashed, obviously.
I've never experienced that because I've never been to Universal or Disney. I was supposed to go to Disney for my birthday, but my friend is leaving Disney at the end of the month, so it's like that's just an additional stress that's not needed. So that's fine and dandy. So
yeah, the last time I had a photo of that, like of me like that, was like from like 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago.
And I said, while I was working at NBC, my goal was to go full time, so just so I can go to Universal Studios Japan. Hashtag priorities.
Well, at least you won't be trapped in an airport singing the theme to Pokemon.
Oh, hell
I hope.
No. That will never be me. Speaking of, Mako, what's up with Sonic 2?
Yeah, so Sonic 2 is still bringing in the bucks. So
Ching.
on its third weekend in the United States, it is still ranked at number 2. So far, it has earned, let's see, a cumulative total in the U.S. of 145,829,424.
Mm.
So yeah, doing really, really well. It is still being screened in over 3,000 theaters, and and it has a per theater average of almost $4,000 over the weekend. On top of all of that, they have announced that they are already in development for a third Sonic the Hedgehog movie and a live action series for the Sonic franchise. The live action series is going to debut on Paramount Pictures' Paramount Plus streaming service in 2023 and will center on the character of Knuckles and will be voiced by Idris Elba.
Mm.
So, yeah, a lot of Sonic coming in the near future or somewhat near future.
I still haven't seen either movie.
It's really
Like
good.
all I've seen from them are the memes.
Well, I
Funny as they are, but
I will.
If you enjoy the Sonic
Yeah.
franchise.
I do up until a point
Well,
because the fandom gets weird.
well, the way they
Well,
spun
this
the
isn't
movies,
about
Yeah.
the fandom. This is about the franchise. And if you enjoy the franchise, then it is an enjoyable series of movies. But yeah, it's it is very much a combination of the animated works, the comics, and the video games. It has a lot of, I guess, a nostalgia factor for Sonic Adventures 2. It plays into a lot of, the Sonic X series, that anime series, with them coming to the real world and getting stuck and blah, blah, blah. So it does pull a little bit from all of the different angles of the Sonic franchise. And so knowing those different angles from the franchise, it does make it a very good, watch. And I'm really looking forward to the third movie. As much as I love Sonic, I love the side characters. So having Tails and Knuckles for this movie, and then having the addition of what is to come for the third movie that they've already hinted at, I'm so excited because, as I said, I love Sonic, but this is one series where the side characters really hold up as well as the main character does.
and you know how it is when they always do adaptations. Sometimes it's directly from the source material, or it's loosely from the source material, or something in between.
Or God forbid, in name only.
Like the Halo series, but that's a story for another time. But
or the House of the Dead.
we don't talk about the House of the Dead. But the way I like what they did with Sonic, because you have the video game lore, then you have the Sonic Adventure lore, you have the Archie Comics lore, the IDW lore, Sonic X lore, and the newer video games lore. These are all different series that are the same yet different. And it's like you can pick up one of these and kind of understand the others as you go along. The movie lore basically has its base, and it pulled stuff from the video game and the anime and kind of went on its own little world. Think of if you've ever watched PGSM. Once all the Inner Senshi was introduced, it kind of went on its own little highway, something like that. And with the third film and what they're going with, even if Jim Carrey does retire, they can still do a damn good third film.
Yeah, there are so many different ways that they've already branched off with Robotnik and his family and that legacy that there would not be any issue bringing in a Dr. Eggman or another Robotnik or something like that to take the place.
Well, they said they
but
wanted-
I think if enough money was offered, I don't think that Jim Carrey would turn it down.
But
Does he scream, "I hate that hedgehog," like in the...
He said it, I believe he said it in the first film. But they said...
I'll have to check it out then.
I believe they said that if he retires, they're going to retire the character, so...
Well, if that's the case and they actually do retire the character, as I said, there is enough lore to bring in another evil doctor. If they want to go that way, there are plenty of other villains or villainesque people in the franchise that they could use as well. Robotnik, while the main villain, was not the only one.
Yeah. Now you got me wanting to sit here and play Sonic Adventure all over again. I mean, my PC can handle Dreamcast emulation. Hell, I have a Dreamcast. If I can just get a boot disc and the images, we can rock and roll. But I ain't too worried about that right now. But if I do,
Sonic Adventure 2 is all I need at this point, and maybe 3.
But if I do that, I'm probably gonna get a Dreamcast, a USB adapter, so I can properly play. But enough about that. We're going to get into our last story of the night about the ever-popular manga Black Clover. And I think I might sit down and watch the anime, because it does look interesting. All right. There we go. So, from time to time, mangas go on hiatus for various reasons. And sometimes some people will make jokes about the reasons why they go on hiatus. Like, the manga ran out of ideas or this or that. But for Black Clover, this is something different because they actually set a timeline of how long the manga is going on hiatus, which is 3 months. Basically, Yuki Tabata, who is the mangaka for the series, is putting it on hiatus so that they can prepare, so that he can prepare for the final saga. So that's what I like. Granted, some mangakas will have already plotted in advance, but taking time off to really get it right, that's really good. Tabata specified in the magazine, that a new arc would be the final arc of the series. And he said, while himself had planned to not take a break, after discussion with the editorial team, they decided the extended rest would give him time to write the manuscripts for the final arc of it. Tabata launched Black Clover back in Weekly Shonen Jump in February 2015. It's being published by Viz Media and Shueisha's Manga Plus service. The manga has more than 15 million copies in circulation as of May of last year. The anime adaptation premiered in Japan on October 2017. The show was originally listed with 51 episodes, but it continued with a new season of 52 episodes in October of 2018. And it continued on with a new season in October of 2019. Due to COVID, it did go on hiatus, but production and everything is back to normal. July 2020 started things back up with episode 133. March of last year, the show aired its 170th and final episode. So hopefully we'll hear an announcement that season 4 is coming through. And for those of you who are interested in checking it out, you can check it out Crunchyroll for the English subtitled version and Funimation for the English dub version. But since now Funimation is pushing everything over to Crunchyroll, you just head over there for either version. And Asidabiri says, if X ever returns, it'll have to be the most epic finale ever. I think he's referencing X 1999. I think.
I don't know why I got Black Clover and Black Lagoon, switched up in my head for a moment, but I immediately thought of Revy, and I'm like, where the hell am I right now?
Oh, a friend of mine, Julia, she actually cosplayed Bunny Revy for a shoot some time back.
Nice.
Gotta love the fact that she's running around in a bunny outfit with a couple of guns. Typical Revy.
One of the YouTubers I watched just did a tribute video on on Revy. I'll link it in the chat for you.
All right.
I have to say, I'm looking up Sonic Adventure 2
Yep.
and seeing how much they want for it. And holy crap, this game is expensive now.
How much are they asking?
For the GameCube or the Dreamcast?
Cube. For any of them, the disc without anything, just the disc by itself, no box, no case, no nothing. Some of them are on eBay for $100. Some of them are on Macari for $40. But brand new inbox, you're looking at $700, $800. Used inbox, I have $330 on eBay. Yeah, so
fucking Chrono Trigger doesn't go for that much.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
$40 for Dreamcast kind of makes sense because it did come out at around that price anyway.
What did you say?
I said $40 for the Dreamcast version sounds about right to me because that's how much the game.
No, that's $40 for the disc.
Just the disc.
And yeah, this is actually $40 for the GameCube disc. If you want the Dreamcast version, you're looking at over $100.
I just find it interesting that I'm looking up rival schools. So I actually want a replica game case to put my game in. The full game, not even sealed, is going for $220 on eBay. I'm just like, yeah, okay.
God damn.
Well, I've had 3 copies of this game. The original that I got that my cousin lost when he went to Florida and came back. Then I bought another copy when I was living with my god sisters. That got lost in the move. And then when I moved to Brooklyn, I went on eBay and I bought another one. So I'm good. But
Somebody has a Sonic Adventure 2-pack sealed, factory sealed. They want $5,500.
It won't sell. It'll just sit there and collect dust. Good luck with that.
Because it's sealed and graded.
I see their angle with this.
Yeah, nobody really buys graded video games. You got
if I'm buying a video game, I want to freaking play it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I played the hell out of this game when I broke my ankle. I was stuck in bed or, stuck at home, and I played the ever-loving hell out of this game. I don't know why I never bought it for myself.
Because you could. Now that we got that out the way, it's time
You'll never get Escape from the City out of your head, too.
And now we're at the part of the show that y'all really like to stick around for. Meanwhile, in Japan. And let's take a look at tonight's articles. I'll take the first one.
I'll take the first one.
I just said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
No problem. Is my microphone cutting in and out?
A little bit.
Might be time to get a new one.
I'll take the last one then.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
See, I have never been in a situation like this because I'm just saying, as a guy, it's not hard for us to find a place, to drop trowel, take a piss, and go about our way. But women, not so much. And I completely understand, because when you gotta go, you fucking gotta go. Because in this story, a Japanese schoolgirl threatens the convenience store employee that they will kill them if she can't use the restroom. That's one hell of a piss. So, around midnight on April 11th, a convenience store manager in the town of Nakama Fukuoka says what appeared to be a biker gang had gathered in front of his shop. One after another, they came in the store to use the bathroom, and apparently the manager came to the conclusion that they were there to make a pit stop without buying anything. So, instead of wanting his store to become a biker lounge for the rest of the night, the manager decides to stop offering the restroom and locks it up. But a 16-year-old high school girl who was with the group didn't take kindly to his decision. When she found the restroom door locked around 12:30, she became furious at the manager, shouting, "Hurry up and let me into the damn bathroom and I'll kill you, or I'll kill you." Instead of reaching for the bathroom key, the manager called the cops. By the time the officers were on site, the girl and the biker gang had already left, but convenience stores have security cameras. They're normally there as precautions against shoplifters and robbers, but they're just as useful for recording evidence against people yelling death threats and so forth. I mean, we have seen camera footage from 7-Elevens where people are just screaming and yelling and fighting and all that good stuff. The investigators were able to use the video, identify the girl, and was arrested for attempted forced coercion 7 days later. In addition, the store's toilet was damaged around the time of the girl's outburst, and the police are investigating whether or not this was an intentional act of vandalism. The incident serves as a reminder while many convenience stores in Japan have bathrooms for customer use, such as access is granted on a voluntary basis. It's not unusual for stores in bar districts or other areas with excessive number of people walking around with full bladders to reserve the restrooms for employees only. And if a store does allow you to use theirs, good manners dictate you should buy something, even if it's a bottle of water or a pack of gum. And it also serves as a reminder that saying you're going to kill somebody on camera is not a good idea. The exact legal punishment this girl faces remains unclear, but in any case, this likely isn't going to help the cause that other cities in Japan want to turn their convenience stores into public facilities. This reminds me of the time a bunch of us were hanging out in Chinatown and someone needed to use the restroom, but most of the restaurants is customer only. So friend 1 goes in to buy a soda while friend 2 uses the bathroom. Did say you have to, bathroom is for customer use only, so I'm buying something but I don't need to use the bathroom, but this person does. I think it's a fair exchange. And as Cedar Berry says, now I'm having flashbacks to the summer I worked as a runner having to go around New York City. Bro, I feel you on this, but I used to work for this one computer company where we were deploying computers in the New York City school district. Sometimes it was hard for us to get to a bathroom because they wouldn't let us use them. So we ended up having to find a fast food place. Kind of sucked. All right, who has the next story?
That would be me.
Okay, it's all you.
Yeah, let me get into it again. Okay. So the newest snack craze in Japan seems to be wet potato chips. And it is being put out by the leading chip potato maker Calbee in Japan. Yeah, so it's entirely, taking the crunch out of their potato chips. It's called Nurajaga, which translates to wet potato. So it's inspired by nure senbei, which is a type of moist senbei or rice cracker that's sold by a variety of Japanese confectioners since 1963. Initially, it was sold specifically at the Calbee stores, But as of April, it has expanded to 7-Eleven stores nationwide. So it is a sweet and spicy soy sauce flavor on top of the potato chips. Some stores have actually already sold out. So if those in Japan want to find it, you will have to be searching around. However, as the article I'm reading promotes, there is somebody that has decided that once she tasted the potatoes, which she describes as having the same wet soy sauce slathering coating as wet senbei, but much thinner and still retaining the look and somewhat inside crispiness of the potato chip. So she decided that since she really enjoyed it, she would try making her own since they are running out so quickly. And basically mixed sake, soy sauce, and sugar, and then coated the Calbee potato chips with them. And said that it actually came out pretty decently close to the real thing. So if you have ever wanted to try the weirdness that is Japanese snacks, you can use her recipe, which is 1 part sake to 2 parts soy sauce and sugar. That is mixed up and heated in the microwave, and then coated on the potato chips, which are again then heated in the microwave and then eaten. And while I don't know that I would want soggy potato chips, at the same time, it sounds kind of yummy as a topping.
You know what? It kind of reminds me.
I mean, all the microwaving the potatoes are like. Ugh.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like thin sliced potato wedges. You know.
Still not really feeling this one.
Fair. So take us out with the last one then.
Okay. Passengers have been asked to take their trash home with them on the Tokyo subway. Many people have been surprised in the paradox of Tokyo having very little litter, but also very few trash cans. Finding a receptacle is even harder, though, as the Tokyo Metropolitan Bureau of Transportation has announced it will be removing all trash cans from its stations. They were removed from stations on Tokyo Metro stations in January, which is Tokyo's other subway line. The Bureau says that its decision, which affects passengers using Asakusa, Mita, Uedo, and Shinjuku subway lines, as well as the Nippori Tonrei liner, which connects Nippori and Minomare Shinsuyoken stations, is a safety measure. The result to remove all trash cans to strengthen countermeasures against terrorism and the like. In 2015, stations on the Asakusa, Mita, Uedo, and Shinjuku lines, collectively known as the Toei subway, switched to trash cans with clear plastic exteriors so that their contents could be seen, and repositioned them so they'll always be visible by ticket gate employees. With no trash can related incidents taking place since, it's unclear why the Bureau would suddenly feel the need for enhanced precautions. They say in 2021, the Bureau says it spent 100 million yen, about 800,000 US, on trash collection and removal. Choosing to eliminate that expense, especially in a country where the majority of the population will take their trash home with them rather than litter, wasn't such a hard decision to make. But the recycled boxes for empty drink containers will remain in place. After May 9th, they're all going away.
It kind of reminds me how here the MTA has removed a lot of the trash cans in the subway system, but it still doesn't help.
That's what I was about to bring up. That doesn't really stop anyone, does it?
That's because most New York strap hangers have little to no respect for the MTA, And I am one of those people.
A lot of people don't have respect for the MTA,
Exactly.
no matter what part of the country they're at.
Perhaps. And as Strawberry Paper, as Ichigo Gami says, look for local fast food joints. Those are only the real trash locations.
And the food's not all that good either.
No. In Japan, really good. New York,
I
not
fucked
so
that
much.
up. I was trying to make a bait and switch joke about trash, fast food, etc.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Got you. Okay. All right. I basically think we're done here, so I think we should go ahead and wrap up the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So if you like the show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters, and we do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we mean that. So definitely. If you have any questions about our show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com where let me look at this real quick. All right, where you'll find our weekly podcast, links to our YouTube pages, links to our Facebook pages, editorials, anime reviews, cosplay interviews, cosplay tips and tricks, then some, and a lot more. All at animejamsession.com. And if you like the show, you can take it with you in a portable format for podcasts. Whatever your podcasting app is, just fire it up and you will find us on there. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, you name it. All episodes are there, so definitely check that out. And if you can, please leave us a review. We greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to follow us on our social medias. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all Anime Jam Session. Follow us on those so you know when we're going live, when articles are going up, when photos are going up, when videos are going up, and then some. And I want to let y'all know, by next week, hopefully the ZenkaiCon photos will be going up along with the video, because I'm coming down to the wire and they're almost done. And don't forget, we have a tip jar down below. Links to our stream elements and our Ko-Fi if you want to throw us a few dollars. We greatly appreciate that. Or, you can always throw us bits. And auto hostess, we love and appreciate that too. It's the little things that go a long way. So now, we're going to go around the room. Last words, Ari.
I actually signed up for HelloFresh while we were going through the articles.
Did you use our link? Or did you use our code?
Yep.
Sweet. Awesome. Last words, Mako-chan.
I do not want to go to work tomorrow, but at the same time, I need money.
My last words is, I gotta buy more fruit because I had to throw out the nectarines I bought. They went moldy when I left them out. I'm like,
Ew.
yeah, I know. I'm not too happy about that, but it is what it is. But it happens. But that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Yeah. So I'm Ranma.
I'm Ari.
And I'm Mako-chan.
Great fight. Great night. See you next week.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Yeah, Ichigo. Nectarines are good, and they're just coming in. So, All right. Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
That is great. Perfect. We're out of here. See you next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!